Uh,
And what?
they already had like the intro already in there.
Uh,
Yeah, that's what I like though too. All right, peace to the family. Let's go and get this thing started.
yeah.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the intro. My name is Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210 at BNL Loan Officer on all social media, including that YouTube. That BNL Loan Officer. I got some new stuff. We got some new stuff coming out this year. Continuing with the home tours, we got some new exciting stuff that you're gonna see with that nobody's doing right now, but we're gonna be the first to do it here coming shortly. Don't forget, go to my website www.applywithb.com. If you want to book me for a consultation or if you want to apply for a mortgage, you can call me 832-775-8357. You can call me 24/7 as long as it's about business. Again, don't forget www.brandonbdixon.com. Right now, if you want to go ahead and lease, you want to list, you want to talk about renting a property, get at me. You want to get into the real estate game, get at me as well. Last but not least, go to my website, www.cocinvestmentclub.com. If you want to go ahead get into our club where you learn about the real estate game so you can mitigate your risk. All right. And then CJ, I got you queued up next.
All right, what's going on, everybody? CJ, broker owner of Greenwood Realty Group. Follow me on social media at CJ Sales Texas, of course at CJSELLSTX. Let's connect on there. Also check out the YouTube channel, CJ the Realtor. And we got a lot of information on there showing you some of the luxury properties in Houston, highlighting some of our business owners, and just giving you a lot of good information about what's going on in real estate. So subscribe, share. You see something you like, share it. You see something you got questions on, send it to me, comment, all that good stuff. Then reach out to me, 346-536-3800. If you have any questions, real estate related, give me a call, give me a text. We can help you out there. Then, of course, we got to give back. So a mentorship program, the Master Academy, where we teach our young men knowledge of self-improvement, and entrepreneurship. To get more info, go to themasteracademy.org.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a, not really a break, it all relates, but we're going to hit real estate in the game from a different angle this week. I really got a lot of clips about, not really motivational clips, but clips on the comparison on people that's doers and people that's lip professors. A lot of people, first of all, dropped out of the game this year because they had a tough time last year. They said, how many people didn't renew their license? I
forgot what the number was.
Right. And I know like they already had at my company next to they had 800 loan officers just at the 800 that didn't renew their license. And they said the nationwide it was like I want to say quarter of the 25%.
Dang.
Of loan officers didn't renew. Yeah, so I mean, but that's the whole thing is like I think this was kind of this show gonna talk about like man, like in fact, I hadn't labeled it, I don't know. I was thinking about using you versus you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. As far as how to get this thing going, like most people, blame everybody else for their shortcomings. Look outside themselves, and if everything don't go right. They don't have no game plan, they don't have no strategy, they don't have no goals. They just hop in it and then hopefully wait for things to happen.
Yeah.
And it don't work out like that. Nothing, I don't, I guess you could shoot a gun and randomly hit something, but I think you'll hit more if you actually had a target and focus on what you're trying to hit.
Right.
And they don't have a game plan. They don't have, they don't have a strategy. They don't have nothing, and they expect to get rich off of real estate. They just heard you get a license, and all right, now what?
Yep.
And then I want to couple that with, man, like I said, this new generation, this Gen Z, it's like it's I don't know, it's getting even worse. Like, they just don't listen. Like,
I mean, we said it before too. I mean, if you fail to plan to fail. You got to set some goals. You got to have something that you can measure against to know if you're on the right path or not.
Right.
And if you like you say, shooting from the hip, then sure, you're susceptible to whatever. You don't know. You don't have a plan of attack.
Right. I mean, not only that, they don't smell themselves either. You got to be able to smell yourself. Where you can't be nose blind to where you're weak, and especially when people point out, all right, hey, you need to do this and this. This new generation get offended, or it's a joke, or it's no seriousness to it. You got to be serious about, like, this ain't a joke. I guess it ain't gonna come to realization to you. You homeless, or you gotta eat from a garbage can, or you gotta wipe your backside with some newspaper. And that's when it get real. So until then, I think it ain't sunk in if you with your parents.
Yeah.
It ain't sunk in if you
that fail safe. You can fall back on staying with mom.
Right. And I don't think it get real yet as far as the seriousness of that drive. I just don't see the seriousness of the drive to get it in this generation. It's like, all right, you got to get it. Like, they want the fun over the actual, process. You got to fall in love with the process. Like, so I don't get it. Like, it's just, back in the days, how you did one thing is how you did everything. So
yeah, but I see some out there getting it, and like nowadays, there's so many ways to get it out here. So you'll see them like doing things differently from like gamers and guys like that. So you see some hustlers out there, but it's still a different approach on how they get to it. So I see what you're saying, but I'll give credit where credit is due to some of them where they're making it happen.
But how many, as far as the population, would you say that is? I think that
I don't know about that.
Yeah, like people see that top 1%, top 2%, and they making this money off of games, or making this outrageous money off of whatever, and everybody wants to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
And you even see with everything, it seems like it's a lack of creativity.
Right. Everybody hop on the same. I want to try that.
Yeah.
And then they try to.
It's all about the bread. It seems like it's not as many people looking to work and do what their working their purpose.
Right. So they don't have a calling. You know what I mean? They don't have they're just kind of doing whatever it takes. They want. When you don't have a calling, and that's going to be the last clip. This is all going to relate. When you don't have a calling, I'm glad you mentioned that. You're going to do whatever to try to get the outcome, and then you wonder why it don't go right because it's not your real calling.
Yeah, and shoot, I seen it in our generation too, though.
Right, and that's not just exclusively to this generation. This is
right.
This is any generation. Like you got to start with the calling first.
Yep.
And then you can go from there, and then everything else gonna follow. But let's go ahead and start the clips off. Maybe some come on or whatever.
Yeah, because we was a generation of go get education, go to college, get a degree, and get a job.
Right.
Not necessarily following your purpose.
Right.
It was a way for us to get more education, which they thought would help us out with being more successful with our careers. But we see now that's not the case in all cases.
Right. Let me start off with this though. Hold on. Let me share the screen on this one right here. But this has started off slow. I got some good clips I want to. But this is the top 10 fastest growing jobs in 2025. Look at the top 2.
Yep.
AI engineer, AI consultants is the top 2. So I know you just put a post on about AI, about getting with the times.
Yeah, so I was playing around with AI and using my image and using my image in different scenarios, different situations, right. And it's still an environment where it's learning. So for some reason, it kept giving me different hairstyles, even though I'm bald, and all the pictures that I gave it. Right. And it's like AI can work, and then it can't work. So I gave some examples of it not working, but there is somewhere it works. I'm gonna show that probably tomorrow, or maybe even tonight. I don't know, but like it's something that people are still learning, utilizing, and then like I forgot who said it's like AI is not replacing your job. The person that's learning AI is gonna replace your job.
Right. That's why AI engineer
is a tool. Yeah, AI is a tool. So once you learn it and you get comfortable with that and master that, then it's a lot of opportunity out there for you, especially now because it's still kind of new to the broad market.
Right. Check it out. So AI engineer, that means the person telling AI what to do. AI consultant is the person that's selling AI to other businesses and telling how it could use it. Physical therapist, I guess, development manager, workforce development manager.
Yeah, I was gonna say you really need that physical therapist now because especially with AI, a lot of people sitting at the desk all day.
Right.
And your body is tightening up. So you got to get that therapy just so you don't look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame when you get old.
Right. Then the event coordinator, I think the travel advisor event coordinator, that's side hustles people have picked up.
Yep.
You know, director of development, I think the development talent is huge. Especially nowadays that these guys, these generation don't have any direction. They need development. Outside sales rep always gonna sell. Yep. So people need business development manager and outside sales rep. That's always gonna be a sustainability specialist. I don't have no idea what that is. It's probably some chemical. And security guard, I'm thinking that people picking up nighttime jobs.
Yeah.
And then all people that didn't graduate from school and just, all right, give me a security guard job. That's the easiest job where you're basically a human statue.
Yeah. And I'm thinking sustainability specialist, maybe somebody that is contractor coming to consult to see how you can keep your products selling or your brand at the top of mind or something like that.
Right. I'm not sure what that is, but that's a new one on me.
One thing you notice though, a lot of these jobs you got to be on the East or the West Coast.
Right.
And so even though these salaries are high, that cost of living gonna eat all that up.
Right. Let's go ahead and start with the first one. Let's go ahead and start off with the first one. All of these pretty good, so it's hard to decide which one
to squeak it in the mud.
To start off with first. Let's just go ahead and run it. Let's just go ahead and run it. Let's just go ahead and run it. Let's go ahead and run it. All right. Damn, all these cool, all these good. I don't know which one. I want to try to see the title ones for last, but let's go ahead and start with this one.
Hey man, here's what it is.
All these pretty good though, so it is what it is. They miss it. Boom. Let's go ahead and run it.
Video will find you when you're ready. Now, if you've just realized what your dream is, what you want to accomplish in this world, whether it's the physique, the business, start posting online, any sort of new skill you want to dedicate your time to, you have to make a decision. What type of person are you going to be? Are you going to rely on motivation? So the days you feel like doing it, you're going to give it your all. You might even go a little extra. But the days you don't feel like doing it, you decide to sit in bed and think about, oh, well, here's what I could have done. I wish I just had the motivation to get up. You're going to be that person, or you're going to be a person that falls in love with the process. You're not focused on reaching the end goal. You're not focused on how can I do it fast? How can I get it next week or by tomorrow? You're focused on doing it right because you actually enjoy what you do. Make a decision to be that person and you'll never stress. This video will...
Well, I'll let you go to react to that while
I mean, that kind of ties in with what we were just talking about, working in your purpose.
right.
Because you're not going to want to get up every day to go to a job. You see a lot of people dreading going to work. But if you are working in your purpose and doing what you were meant to do on this earth, then you got more than motivation behind you that's going to get you up in the morning.
Right. Right. I mean, like I said, with the people kind of do it backwards. People kind of look at the fruit and then they don't reverse engineer it. And it's kind of, all right, whatever I got to do to get the fruit. And they find themselves not, when rough times get, presented to you, you're going to falter because you don't love this. You don't love the process. So, like Mike Tyson always said, man, everybody want to win, or everybody got a game plan until you get punched in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get punched in the face, they ready to quit. They ready to falter. They lose their mind. So if you ain't got the love for this, you ain't got the purpose behind it, you gonna, as soon as you get punched in the face, you're gonna drop.
Yep.
That love that will pick you back up.
Right. And it's a difference between being motivated and being driven.
Right. So a lot of people want motivation and stuff like that. If you ain't, this ain't part of your calling, man, and everything in the universe gonna have ups and downs. There's nothing that's 100%. See, people get this Instagram stuff twisted, man. You only seeing the fruit on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah, you seeing the best stuff. You ain't see the behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
People look at all peaches and cream and all that stuff. That's not how it goes. Like everybody has the struggles. Everybody, it's not easy getting that house, getting that new car, getting that, the properties, getting that, you don't know, you just look like, damn, he popped up with it. Oh, what he doing? Let me get on that.
Right. And I mean, and no matter what you do, everything is cyclical. You're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. You got to be able to navigate through both.
Right. And then people hop on that and then that don't work. And then they try to do something else.
Yep.
That's
what we just seen in our industries. Realtors hopping out of there, loan officers hopping out of the game. So
right. And this is, you're gonna see the theme. Let's go ahead and get a couple more clips. You see the theme. This is what I'm talking about. That stoicism.
I got my light on.
So boom. Let's go hit this next one.
The most dangerous man is the one who stands alone. You won't see his scars. They're buried deep, earned from battles fought in silence with no one watching. He's faced his demons alone, rebuilt himself from the ground up, brick by brick. This man doesn't need validation or a crowd. He's crafted his own strength, forged through solitude and resilience. If you're welcomed into his life, know this isn't by chance. You were chosen because he saw something real in you. But never mistake his silence for weakness. It's a quiet power. He's been broken before, but he didn't shatter. He rebuilt himself, stronger each time. If you cross him, remember, his silence isn't surrender. It's a warning. A man who knows his strength and holds his patience is the one to be most cautious of. Me and the devil. The most dangerous...
Yeah, I'll go ahead rock that. Then while you responded to that, I'll go ahead and look for the next one. But while I have this thought in mind, but just like the human body heals itself, you're supposed to do the same thing with situations, and then the human body, when you tear a muscle, and that's all bodybuilding is, when you tear microscopically the muscle fibers, and your body builds it up bigger and stronger. So when it is faced with that load next time, it's prepared.
Yep.
That's how you got to be psychologically, and your psychology has to be in your mind. It has to be when you get broken, you got to build yourself up bigger and stronger so you prepare for that load next time. That's just what this is.
Yep.
You know, people, as soon as they get faced with anything, you break, and then you try to go somewhere else. You'll never get strong enough for that load. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what this is. That's how it's set up in this particular realm. You gotta run to the adversity, get that pain, you know what I'm saying, get that tear down, and then once you build yourself up, you know, you prepare for it next time. Now you can even do even more. You can even more. Before you know it, you Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, and this is the whole story of the cow versus the buffalo.
Right.
When a storm comes, the cows run away from the storm, and and that in turn mean that storm follows them. So it means they're in the storm longer.
Right.
The buffalo sees the storm, they run into it and get it over with.
Right.
So they face it, get through it, and then they get on the other side quicker.
Right. Right.
And I think, like what it said, the most dangerous man is a silent man. I think an even more dangerous man, or someone to watch out for, is an emotional man.
Right.
Because they're the ones that's going to go out there and make a rash decision, which could jeopardize lives.
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean, those definitely emotional people like actually make the worst decisions because you're not thinking logically. And a lot of them, you know, didn't have a male or stoic. It wasn't shown stoicism.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to react. And
yeah.
I wanted to play this clip, but it's too hard. But I'll play another clip by my boy, so that's coming up next. But I wanted to play this other clip, but it's real. But what he was talking about, I paraphrase it, like, you know, a lot of people that single mother raised is like they really can't. She gonna prepare you the best she can through her lens. She don't see the hardness and the rashness and the shrewdness that it takes of a man. So how can you prepare your son for something that you never seen?
Yeah, and it's a difference with, you know, when you are reacting versus responding.
Right.
It's just a lot of reactions out here and not as much responding.
Right. Well, they don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
They don't know how to react. Reaction is free.
Yeah.
Reaction is instinct. So just like anything.
Responding takes thought.
Yeah, just like everything that's easy is easy to this take was given. It's hard to build something up. It's easy to take a job. It's hard to build a company. It's easy to get fat. It's hard to get built. You know, it's hard. It's easy to get bodies for a female. It's hard to keep a man. For, you know, it's easy to be lazy as a male. It's hard to keep a job or hard to keep that income.
It's easy to base an opinion off of a short clip versus watching the whole thing to get the full
context.
Yeah. So
right.
or even just fact check it.
Right. It's
you
easy
see it and believe it immediately.
Right. So everything that's easy is not celebrated. You know, most, you know, the stuff that's easy, the stuff that's hard is the one that's marveled. You know, it's still to this day. You know, it's hard to get a 6-pack. It's hard to, you know, build $1 million company. It's hard to, you know, the stuff that's hard. That's what people still respect. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, boys out here getting BBLs. and getting the fake abs.
Right. They want the easy pack, man. You know.
Look, the boys out here getting more fake shit than the girls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That fake hairlines, fake butts. You know what I'm saying? They get muscles. Man. It's going crazy.
I might have to show y'all these pictures, man. I don't know if y'all saw my post with those pictures I did.
Right.
Yeah. It was too funny.
Man. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
You running something? I'm about to run the next clip.
No, go ahead.
All right, cool.
I had to pull it up.
Gotcha. Man, you right on time. I mean, like I said, I don't know what Barry at. Barry ain't saying nothing, so I got a few clips, man. We taking a little detour this week. the premise is a lot of boys dropped out. What 800 people just dropped out at Nexus. Just at Nexus. They said a quarter of our industry, 25% already dropped out. They say I don't know how many real estate agents dropped out. So most people
don't know the numbers.
Yeah, most people when the tough get going, they get going. So it ain't really a motivational thing. This is you versus you.
It happens every year from a real estate agent perspective because what I'm saying once them HAR dudes roll around or whatever association dudes roll around, what I'm saying if you ain't done nothing all the previous year,
right?
They let that thing expire. they on to the next career.
I seen a meme. I don't know how true it is because I did a fact check. They said 75% or 74% of agents last year didn't even close one deal.
Yeah. Yep. I seen that.
All right.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and hit this next clip, man. Let's hit this next clip. Bam. And then let's go and get into it, man.
Mental process did you use while your external reality was catching up to what you feel about yourself mentally?
Affirmations, subliminals, reading and writing my goals, having a war map, dream building. I just curate my environment for nothing but positivity. I'm always watching positive things on TV. I'm only having good conversations. I started to see the correlation between my thoughts, my feelings, and my reality really young. If I was in a negative state a lot, if I was doing negative things, if I was feeling mad all the time, if I was watching all the wrong things, I would see my life started to become a reflection of that. And then when I would switch it up and do all the right things, watch all the right things, stop watching the bad things, start listening to the right things, I would see my life would be a reflection of that. So once I started noticing that correlation, I started playing games with myself to see, okay, what if I cut out all the bad music, all the bad TV shows? What if I only start listening to good music? What if I only start listening to things that inspire me? I would literally do these thought experiments with myself, and over weeks of doing it in the positive, miracles would seemingly happen. I would get phone calls for opportunities, money would fall in my lap, and things would start to correlate. And I've done this many times. So every time I fell off, I know I'm going back to the basics. It's all about my mindset. I have to feel on that high frequency state as if I'm already where I want to be, as if it's already happened. So then where I was at didn't even really matter because I believed it so much in that moment that I was somewhere else. Eventually, reality just caught up to how I was feeling. Brainwash myself to be and feel in the space of already having it.
Well, I'll let y'all go and react to that while I set up the next clip.
No, that's real. It's all about, having that mindset of knowing what you want, and having a level of gratitude and actually having it right now before you even get it. Mm-hmm. And then stuff will start happening once you start staying in a certain mindset. You start attracting things.
Man, what he alluded to essentially is what you call self-help. They got a whole section of books and everything else about it. A lot of people, just kind of they get in a funk mood because things are not going their way. Life is lifing, that whole scenario, and then they just get into a rut, where essentially it's just kind of a minor case of depression where everything you think of, everything you predict for yourself just becomes negative. I think for him, he was able to understand that, look, in order for me to kind of be able to help myself, I have to be in a positive place. In order to do that, I need to get around positive people, listen to positive podcasts, whatever the case may be. In this day and age, it's so much material and so much stuff out there. It's damn near impossible for you to be negative unless you just want to. They got groups and everything else that you can join, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, it's all mental. It starts inside your head.
Yep. And just like, you're talking about using affirmations and everything, you got to speak things, write things down, read things. So it's not just, one way to go about it. And that's how you really manifest things. And so I think that was powerful what he was talking about because it's multifaceted.
Right. It's a couple of different angles. I want to hit this from real quick. I don't want to, preach too long, but it's real important though. The first angle I want to take it from is that how can you be clean and you're in the swamp, you're in the desert? How you can, it's first thing is clean up your environment, and then it's easier to stay clean. right? You know, same thing with your mental space. If you got, you know, negative, you watching negative this, you negative that, how can you then in turn have positive thoughts? It's that much harder. You know, so it's the same way. So like clean up. It's almost like grandma said, like, you know, don't go to come from out in the street and get in that bed. Now that bed is dirty. You know, you come from out the street, you carrying all the dust and dirt from out the street into your bed. You know what I mean? So same thing. Like, man, you got to, if you want clean thoughts in a clean environment, you got to clean up everything around it.
Yeah.
You know?
But you also, like, things may not go your way every time too. So you still got to have that mindset of, I'm still going to be positive. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine recently. It's like, whether things go good or go bad, it's working out in your favor, because when it's going good, you benefit. When it's going bad, you learn something.
Right.
So even though it might not feel good, it's still helping you. So once you take that approach and that mindset, that no matter which way it goes, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm getting better.
Right.
That's gonna keep you on that positive mindset too.
Right. And
to piggyback off what CJ said, you know what I'm saying? It 100% makes sense when you look at failure as a lesson learned. I'm being taught something, you know what I'm saying? You can't sit there and wallow in, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, it didn't work out for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn, you know, it just ain't meant for me to win, or whatever the case may be. Whatever these things is that you start to tell yourself after you fail. The right way to look at it is just as CJ approached it, which is, hey, look, I learned something from that. So I'm gonna do it again, but this time, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna apply those lessons.
Yep.
This time I may succeed again, or I may learn another lesson, learn how to do it again, or whatever the case may be. But you got to keep trucking forward. You can't get mad, because I mean, you know what I'm saying, things just gonna happen in life. We can't outrun it.
Right. And that ties me to my second angle I wanted to take is that it's not about, I think CJ said this earlier, it's not about reacting, it's about responding. You know, it's how you respond to whatever happens, you know, and that's just what this is. Like, everything is going to have ebbs and flows. So you got to put it, a lot of people are broken, like, mentally, because they already, if you're expecting the worst, is going to happen. If you're expecting negative thoughts, oh man, you know, you already defeated.
Yep.
You know, so you got to, the iOS system is broken. Your software is broken. And you're programmed to lose at that point. You know, so you gotta clean that part up first in order to make things happen in your life. You know, that's part of the main thing is you gotta expect, things are gonna not gonna go quite like I expected. Like when anything you create, that song never comes out quite like you want to create it. That whatever you write never comes out quite like you want it, but it's something. You see what I'm saying? It's something, and then you can learn from there. So it's not about, all right, oh man, it's not perfect. You're never gonna get perfect. I set out to go, I didn't hit it, but you did something.
Right. And then even when you hit that goal, you really got to do and analyze yourself to really determine if you did 100%. If you gave it your all,
right?
So in most cases, we don't.
Most people is scared. They scare themselves from actually, you know, jumping into that pool. You know, so even if you can't swim, if you don't look pretty you don't look like Phelps, but at least you got in the pool and you had fun, and you try to learn how to swim. Other than that, if you'll never get in there, you'll never get the experience.
Right. Sure. That's just like working out. You won't know what your max is until you get up under.
Yeah, you gotta do something. Do something, and most people don't never do anything, or they'll never max themselves out because you get scared. You don't move. That brings us to this next clip. I'm glad. Let
me add a point to that. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, essentially, what just to go back on what B was talking about, you know what I'm saying, is you got to get out of your comfort zone is what it boils down to. I ran into several people, you know what I'm saying, just here over the past couple of weeks that has this kind of self-deprecating attitude. And it's just because, you know what I'm saying, they're afraid of, they just have this fear of failing. And, you know what I'm saying, they kind of paralyze themselves. So they figure, you know what I'm saying, the way for me to comfort myself is for me to beat the failure to it before I get there. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Man, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that don't happen to me and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you are defeating yourself. Right. You have to get out of this comfort zone and stop having this fear of failure, and then just go out there and see what happens. You may win. But you know what I'm saying, if you don't give it an effort 100% of the time, you're gonna lose.
Yep.
Right. That brings us to this next clip. Check this out.
I'm going to show you the one secret that separates winners from losers more than anything else. Okay? So if this was available, who would want it?
You.
All right. Now don't go away yet. Come back. Tell us your name.
Debbie.
What did Debbie do that no one else in the audience did? She got up and she took action. See, too many times we sit around and we wait and we hope and we dream and we affirm and we pray and we meditate and we do all that. And all that's important. It's part of the process. But at a certain point, the opportunity shows up. And if you don't act, you get to sit and not have $50. Okay? I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier, too. Goals without actions are just dreams.
Just a hallucination, you know. So that's the thing. Most people, yeah, the affirmation's cool what he said, but at the same time, people get your environment clean, but at the same time, you still gotta
do something.
You gotta do something, and you still gonna get dirty. But at the same time, that's why we take a bath every day. You know, you're gonna get dirty, and you gotta keep cleaning.
Yep.
You know, it just is what it is. You know?
10,000 hours in.
You know, so that's the thing, man. Let's go ahead and run this next one here. I got a few of them, man. You know,
see, run them.
You know, so
I got my drink cup full. I'm ready, B. Run through them. Let's go.
It's warm in the shower, but I built the muscle that allows me to turn it this way to make it cold, to build that muscle of doing the hard thing. I never want to go for the run. I like how I feel after. And I have to force myself to do it. I have to push myself to do it. And I've built the muscle that not just pushes myself to do it, but also pushes myself while I'm doing it to go further or to go faster. And it's that same muscle that I draw on when I find my attention wandering. You build this muscle, this discipline inside you that you can draw on. The Stoics would call this the command of oneself. Seneca says, no one is fit to rule who is not first master of themselves. The greatest empire is command of ourselves. I like it when the...
Well, I'll let y'all go in on that right quick.
Yeah, and shoot, that goes back, that would just bring me back to, we were talking about reacting versus responding. Like, when you get control of yourself, you won't make rash decisions. You'll be more logical. No matter what the situation is, whether it's good or bad, you're going to be a stoic person where you make those right decisions instead of doing something that you're going to regret later.
Man, what's the first thing they tell you in any kind of emergency? If something happens, you know what I'm saying, and you call 911 right now, the first thing they're going to tell you is be calm. Keep calm. Because, you know what I'm saying, when you start panicking, you can't think straight. Then you start doing stupid stuff. Then you start doing dumb stuff. And I know it's easier said than done, but you have to keep telling yourself to stay calm, stay calm, stay calm, which is the same reason that person on 911 keeps telling you the same thing. Because, you know what I'm saying, at that point, you know what I'm saying, you paralyze yourself when you start to become frantic about what's happening. You can't actually be the best you can for the person that actually needs the assistance, or, you know, whatever the case may be, or even for yourself, if you're the one that needs the assistance. You can't actually be of any help. So 100%, you know what I'm saying, I 100% back essentially what he's saying. And it makes sense just to stay calm so you can make rash decisions.
Yeah.
Well, I took from that that training muscle memory to do the hard stuff. Like, you know, and then that way, I used to call it the gorilla. And then until I knew what a lot of other people use the same thing. Like example, when I first got shredded, I start training myself. I used to train myself with a garbage bag on, a sweater, and then I put a sauna suit on, like while jogging. You know, a sweat.
Kill yourself.
Yeah,
You ain't lying.
Nah,
You wasn't in this Texas heat. Couldn't have been in
Yeah, I
this
was at
Texas heat.
Memorial. I was at Memorial. I go to Memorial about this time when I closed my shop down at 12. I used to go at 12 midnight. I used to be
Okay, okay, that ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Me and this other chick used to be out there, the only ones out there. So, but by the time I'm done, I lift that bag up, about 5 pounds of water drop out. So I did that. I trained myself to do that when extreme, to where when I went to running like regular, that was easy. You know, that was so easy to run this with some shorts on. I was like, I wasn't running at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I used to call it the gorilla. Like, you know, I do everything to the extreme first till I get used to it. So when you do it normal, it's easy. You know, so that's what he's talking about, training yourself to like the cold shower. So because you know, I know everybody enjoy a hot shower. You know, that cold shower wake you up. You know, you know, so train yourself to do the extreme stuff. You know, I used to eat like when I was dieting and stuff like that. I used to eat raw tuna and egg whites. That's it. So when I went to eat oatmeal and grits and stuff like that, that was like heaven.
Yeah,
I felt bionic on that. You know.
Rocky? You watch too many Rocky videos.
I would eat the egg whites. I would have like the
boiled egg.
Boiled eggs, or I do the squeeze one, and I'll put it like squeeze with the it's called it's a green bottle. I forgot the name of the company now. It's in my mind.
But talking about muscle memory, shit, like Corey, you know, you hoop. Shoot, how many free throws you shoot during practice? And to the fact where, like, even Jordan was so cold that he closing his eyes in the game shooting.
Absolutely.
That's muscle memory for you right there.
Right.
But see, that's why you shoot it so many times in practice. You know what I'm saying? It just becomes second nature. You can do that with your eyes closed.
It don't matter if the game just started, you the fourth quarter, you tired. That muscle memory don't go away.
Yep.
Right. Well, that's how you got to do with everything else. It's like you got to do it to where it becomes second nature, you know. And you got to do it at a high level. A lot of people don't do it at a high level. They do just enough to get by. And so when the times come, you know, rough, you're not doing enough. You got to do more to get the same output. So that's why I say I used to do the gorilla. That way, when I do need to slack up, I'm still doing something, but it seems easy. So don't jump into that deep side of the pool. Then when you in the 5 foot water, you go ahead and stand up. That ain't doing nothing right there. But I'm still in the water.
Yeah, and then you do it consistently. It compounds. So that's how Kobe got so cold, because he'll be in there working out hours before and hours after everybody. And you do that every day for years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So when it becomes, and then he said several times, just like Jordan said several times, when you do it so much, he putting up thousands of shots a night. When you do it so much and you get in those moments, you already know exactly what he just trying to get to his spot.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I done shot this shot 1 billion times. You know what I'm saying? I just need to get to that one spot, and I already know how I'm going to knock it down.
Yep. And then you see people that's supposed to be, you know, driven and have the same drive and goals as you, but you see them not working out and doing as much as you're doing. That's why he was like, why would I pass on the ball? I see how they do in practice.
Right. Well, for people that don't watch sports, because I see a lot of these new kids don't watch sports and stuff like that. They don't understand the nuance and the analogies. Is that what we're saying is, just to translate, is that when you work on yourself or work on the business or work on the output that you want, do the daily stuff to the extreme. You know, do it to where it's second nature, and do it enough times to where you get used to it. So when times do get tough, when a recession do hit, you used to doing the most. And so, you know, you still get that same output that you need. You know, and when the time's flowing, it seems easy. All right, this is easy because I'm used to doing the extreme. But you get used to do the extreme, get used to that cold water, get used to the long walks, because when the water get warm, that's luxury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and hit that. that next clip right quick.
Yeah, we got them first world problems over here.
Right.
You go somewhere outside of the country, folks don't have running water at all.
Never going to be good at being a man without pain and suffering. You're going to have to go through a bunch of shit and have a terrible life to become a good man. I think you should embrace that and accept it. And I think that the correct mental model for men to have is a degree of stoicism and not to be too concerned with even how they feel. If I woke up today happy, I would have done this interview with you. If I woke up today sad, I would have done this interview with you. What's the difference? Why put so much importance on my emotion if certain things must be done? So why are we going to sit around and talk about how I feel if it doesn't even affect how I act? And as a man, it shouldn't, because there's too much to do. You're never going to be a good man or good.
That boy Tate be coming with it.
Yeah, that was real.
Right. I mean, we talk about this all the time, man. It got to get done. I think how weird, and we're going to get into this leading up to that last clip. If you in the purpose, you can't go by emotion. I don't have the luxury to let my emotions deter my actions.
Shoot, you won't allow yourself to.
Yeah, it's like I don't have time to be happy or sad. It just I got to get it done. That's how I look at it. Happy and sad is like benefits of, that's secondary, But if you in your purpose, you got to get your purpose done first. That's first and foremost. Then everything else is secondary. It just is what it is, man. I can't flip the script and let my emotions dictate when I'm gonna get done or how I'm gonna live life or how I'm gonna dictate the day. I just don't have the luxury to do that. Not on this side. Some people might. I just don't.
So this is where I step on the other side of the table and I say, it's great in theory to say that, but is it realistic? No, it ain't realistic. And the reason I say that is because the truth of the matter is that emotions is a human being thing. Everybody's gonna have emotions. It's the same reason Will Smith got up on that stage and slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. It's because he was in his feelings. It was an emotional thing that made him make that decision. It's the same reason why you have celebrities that sometimes sign signatures and sometimes they take pictures and sometimes they don't because of what is going on that day. If you're talking from the perspective of just mandatory things of what you have to do, he committed to that interview. He was going to be there for the interview regardless of what happened. But if he's supposed to hang out with his buddies and something happened that day, it's not the same commitment. Are you going to hang out with your buddies or are you going to tell your buddies, nah, I don't really feel like it. I feel like there's a lot of things that happen, I understand men take on a little bit more than women. I get it. Men got to fight through these feelings for certain things or whatever the case may be. But to say that a man is supposed to be completely unemotional, I just think that's just out of tune with reality.
I think he's referring to when it's time to get to work and you actually got commitments. So whatever those commitments are, you're going to fulfill those commitments regardless. Now, hanging out with your boys is different. Like that's leisure. But when it comes down to actual working and doing something that you like said that you was going to do, you're going to do it no matter how you feel.
It's a fact. So yeah, you got to be able to compartmentalize the differences of what's important and what's not. That's why I specify purpose driven. Yeah, I don't have the luxury as far as purpose driven. Now, the difference between men and boys and men and women is that we have emotions, but we know how to transmute our emotions, and we know how to control our emotions, and and that's what separates. Because think about it: if everything was emotional, nothing would get done. Nothing would get done. We wouldn't live in this first world country if everything was emotional. Some things have to be to the back burner, and some things just need to get done. It just got to get done regardless of how you feel about it. I don't feel like it today. It just got to get done. And that's to paint the bigger picture of what we're saying is that you'll see the overarching theme is that when you don't feel like it, that gorilla still need to come out. You still need to go to the extreme. You still need to do all this stuff. There gonna be days that you don't feel like doing it. There gonna be days that, as a real estate agent, you don't feel like doing the call. You don't feel like going to networking events. You don't feel like doing this. Somebody looked at you wrong. You know, you got embarrassed last time you was there. Don't matter. Get it done. That's the only way you're going to be successful. If you're driven by emotion, I don't like this agency. EXP doing this, I ain't going because somebody looked at me cross side eye last time. You never go win. Because if you look at losers, failures, they find every excuse not to get something done. Every excuse. They sell themselves on why it won't work in their favor. And you defeat yourself. It's all you're gonna see. It's all compounded of the same thing, the mind. And you got to do it regardless of somebody. If somebody you don't like, somebody side-eyed you, somebody you don't have the luxury to go based off those emotions if you want to be successful. That's what I'm saying. So let's go ahead to this next one.
Marcus Aurelius once said, "Whatever happens to you, good or bad, was intended for you by nature." Every experience, no matter how unexpected, has been intricately woven into the fabric of your existence since the very beginning. There's a purpose behind every twist and turn in your life. These moments aren't random. They are opportunities designed specifically for your growth. The hardships, the victories, the unexpected detours, they're all tailored for your development, your resilience, your self-discovery. Instead of resisting them, embrace them as lessons, tools that sharpen your character. This is where true strength lies, not in controlling what happens, but in mastering how you respond. Each experience is your teacher. Take control of your life by controlling your mindset. In the end, it's not about what happens to you, but how you choose to rise from it. Your journey, with all its ups and downs, is your path to becoming the best version of yourself. Learn, adapt, and move forward with the wisdom that everything happens for a reason. Follow the Stoic way, and you'll see that life's challenges are here to build you, not break you. Marcus.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Right. You're going to see the team. You're going to see the team. I mean, like I said, I'll let you, I'll go in real quick, real 2 cents on that, but it's mind frame first, man. Like you're going to have great years, you're going to have bad years. But the bad years, if you sit there and pack it up on everything, as soon as you get punched in the face, as soon as you have a blank game, or as soon as you put out a bad performance, you're just gonna be hopping from one situation to the next, and that's what a lot of this generation do. Is like you never endure anything. Nothing is gonna be forever perfect, So you got to endure something, and experience it, and that's what teaches you. This is what it is.
Man, you see it in college a lot now. You see so and so enter the transfer portal,
right?
Going to another school. And you seeing it time and time again nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Right. Let's go ahead and run the next one if you ain't got nothing for it.
All right, let's do it.
Can either be externally oriented or internally oriented. One is powerful, the other is incredibly weak, and it will destroy you. It will break you apart. If you're externally oriented, always focused on what people think of you, their expectations of you, what mommy and daddy expect out of you, what your friends think you're going to be able to do, etc., etc. If you're always focused on their opinions, you have no space to develop your own confidence. You're continually bouncing back and forth between the opinions of other people. It will kill you. It will destroy you. It will mess with your mind. You can either be externally or...
Yeah, what y'all think of that?
Yeah, man, that reminds me of, what was that movie Bernie Mac was in? I think the one with Chris Brown, president, and he was his brother or something.
Oh, okay.
The Blues Brothers?
No.
The Blues Brothers?
No, Chris Rock, I think, was running for president, and Bernie Mac was his brother. and he was telling her.
Oh, I know which movie you talking about. What is the name of that? The Last President or something like that.
Somebody think about you. F him against the wall. That's what that reminded me of. But that's the same thing. Shoot, grandma told us. My parents, like, they told us, like, you don't worry about, you don't care what nobody else think of you.
Right.
Thanks. It's this thing where, you know what I'm saying, I think it's too many people, you know what I'm saying, that's worried about outside influence. Their emotions, their happiness is dictated by outside influence. In that case, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna never be happy. Because I don't care, you know what I'm saying, if you're on the left side, right side, north side, south side, you know what I'm saying, somebody gonna have a problem with you, and somebody ain't gonna like you, and somebody gonna have an issue with what you do or say. Period. So then if that's the case, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna never be happy. It does, you know what I'm saying, and especially when you're looking at social media, you know what I'm saying, and you figure, you know what I'm saying, somebody else is doing this, you ain't doing that, or whatever the case may be. You'll find yourself, you know what I'm saying, when you finally get to that point, and I think it happens a lot. Unfortunately, I think it happens a lot when you get older, you know what I'm saying, you get to that point, and like you just don't give a shit anymore about what somebody thinks. But I think the faster you can get to that point, you know what I'm saying, the more happier you'll be. Period. Because then you dictate your own happiness. Your happiness is not dictated by somebody else outside of
you. Yep.
Right. Well, I think, like I said, I think once you're comfortable in your own shoes, then you can start really growing. I think I think we're taught, you know, early on, like with school, to have this peer pressure. And we take that peer pressure until we hold on to it for a long time until we grow out of it. I had to tell my daughter this in high school. I'm like, man, nobody really paying attention to you like you think they are. Nobody cares. Nobody looking at you like that. They too busy worried about themselves.
You just said that because you didn't want to buy them Jordans.
It was different. Like, I get a Jordans.
Take these sketches and be happy.
Nah, she actually prefer the Vans and all the other stuff. I used to buy expensive shoes, Jordans, and I even bought a pair of Maury's and all that. She gave that stuff away. You know what I mean? So she didn't like them expensive shoes. She liked the cheap things. You know, so
they're different, man.
Yeah, they different ball games. But you know, our days it was all about the label. You know, it was, it was you know, Nike, the British Knights. It was, you know, it was something. True.
You got some Jordans.
Had to have a starter coat.
Yeah, you gotta have the latest Jordans. You know what I'm saying? That just came out. You know, it was crazy.
They you know, I noticed this as well. Like all of these new kids is emo. They got emo. You know, like it's they don't care about like labels no more. Everybody's dressing like, you know, with streaks in their hair and you know, this new generation.
Look, call me old or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I keep hearing people talk about this emo. What the hell is emo? You know what I'm saying? Like, is emo the new term for gothic?
Yeah, it's gothic people. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Hey, Corey, like, was that a new pronoun?
Man, yeah, I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They keep talking about Jimmy Butler and this emo and all this other stuff. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
okay,
emotional.
I got you.
I guess that's show for emotional. Let's go run this next one because I got one, maybe two big ones at the end. It's kind of long, but they work it.
Save me. I'm gonna show y'all these AI pictures after that. After you finish.
You're not as good as you think you are. When you're losing, you're not as bad as you think you are. What's that mean to you?
When you're winning, everybody's telling you how amazing you are. Oh my God, let me tell you, dude. You know what? You're the best. You're amazing. You know, you're just better than that guy, and you're better than this guy. And it always takes me back to that quote of Marcus Aurelius, who had a slave that would sit behind him and always whisper to him, hey,
you're just a man.
You're just a man.
You're just a man.
That's right, 40 laws of power.
One of your quotes is, when you're winning, you're not as good as you think you are. When you're losing, you're not as...
Well, what y'all got?
That's real. It's always somebody doing better. It's always somebody doing worse.
Right.
Here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? You could be a mediocre player, you know what I'm saying? But if you in the top of the food chain, meaning, you know what I'm saying, like if you're NBA, you know what I'm saying, you're mediocre, you're in the NBA finals. There's been a lot of nobodies that has gotten fat contracts because they've made it to conference finals or championships. Just because, you know what I'm saying, people deem them to be better than they are because they're winning. And then there's some people, you know what I'm saying, that has always been individually great, but there's a little bit of dim on their light just because, hey, look, you never really made it to the big dance. You never really made it there. And they've never been able to kind of overcome that. I think it's always just going to be the way it is. When people are winning, you're the best thing smoking to a lot of people. And then when you're losing, you're the worst thing ever to a lot of people. But I think the thing is just kind of stay even keel in your mind and then just keep trucking. And on one day, you know what I'm saying, you'll be at top, but it ain't going to be dictated by somebody else on the outside influence.
Right. I think it's all about also, you know, continuous improvement. Like, I always know, somebody's better, somebody's worse, but always look to do better yourself. Do better than you were, be better tomorrow than you were yesterday.
All right. I think I want to tie them to the clip before. Like, I think it's people spend too much time judging themselves, putting themselves next to somebody else. You just got to be great in your lane, and then the win's gonna come. Everything is a win because once you have that mindset, is my unique experience. So every day is a win. Every day I'm living is a win in reality. Even if you don't perceive it as that, I think it's people judge ups and downs based on what everybody else is doing. And like the clip before said, your journey is not to break you, it's to benefit. Everything, if you look at everything, it's to benefit you, whether it's perceived as hard or not, it's to my benefit. And I said this earlier, I think, Corey, you missed it, that look at the body. In order to get built, in order to get shoulders like this and arms like this here, you know what I'm saying? You got to hit the weights, and the weights microscopically break down the muscle fiber, head out the muscle fiber. Then your body builds it up bigger and stronger. So now it's prepared for that load, So it's the same way with life. You got to prepare, you got to break down, and you got to tear something. You got to, destroy or experience something. Well, rep it out in order to get bigger and stronger. That's just what it is, as far as mentally and physically. That's what this is. So you got to look at it like, hey, this is a workout.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make you stronger, but most people, oh, woe is me, when you never gonna get bigger, you never gonna get stronger, and you paralyze yourself. So think about it. Every time you get there's a trend. Excuse me. There's a I can't say a trend. There's a pattern. Okay. That you got to look at. Let's go ahead to the next clip now, real quick.
Respect said this. There are basically two kinds of people in life. They're winners and they're losers. And the definition is this. Losers take things that happen to them and that they feel inside that suck, and they wallow, and they use it for self or outward destruction. Winners take whatever they feel it, it sucks, and they transmute it into things that are good for themselves and for the world. Period. Someone I really respect said this. There are basically two kinds of people in life. They're winners and they're losers. And the definition is this. Losers take things that happen to them and that they feel inside that suck, and they wallow, and they use it for self or outward destruction. Winners take whatever they feel it, it sucks, and they transmute it into things that are good for themselves and for the world. period.
Yep. 100% agree. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when they talk about the saying hurt people, I feel like losers, you know what I'm saying, inside. Like, I'm not winning in life. So I'm going to try to tear down as many people as I can, right? Destroy as many people as I can, because that's the mindset that they've taken on. A winner is completely different. It's the simple cliche where, you know what I'm saying, either you look at the glass half empty or half full. I think if you have a positiveness inside you, you know what I'm saying, and you know, you have to have it inside you, you know what I'm saying, then, you know, you'll always be a winner, because you're looking at the glass half full. You make decisions and you move in life, you know, kind of bigging up the people around you as well as bigging up yourself to win. So 100% what he's saying makes sense to me.
Yeah. And it's like, there's a book I read, and there's these Navy SEALs wrote this book called Extreme Ownership. And it talks about whatever happens, and, you know, it's involving you take ownership of it, and you put a plan together to make sure it doesn't happen again. So it's like when we're talking about, you know, whether you have wins or you have things that don't go the way you plan, it's a lesson. But either way, you're taking ownership of it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Accountability, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't learn anything or grow unless you have accountability. That's all.
Right.
Like CJ said, you know what I'm saying, when something happened to you, you know what I'm saying, you got to take account of how could I approach this different? What could I have done different? If you're always going to blame outside influences, you're never going to learn anything, you're never going to grow, and you're never going to succeed.
Right. Everything outside is out of your control.
Mm-hmm. What can you control? B got that hotline going over there, huh?
Right.
Let's run this next one. It's kind of like a little bit detour, but it all relates.
The messages got him thrown off over there.
Got it, man. Come get a little vibe.
Probably 15. I spent every summer in New York. My pops would send me back with some spending money. Usually about $100, $250, something like that. And I get back. And the first year, my mama said, "Let me hold that money for you." I went for it. It was a long year. I learned a valuable lesson. My grandmama used to drag me to what we called Sam's warehouses, basically Costco. I went and got me some wholesale, Snickers wholesale, 9-laters wholesale, and I spent probably about $40. My goal was to make $20 a day, which was $100 a week, $400 a month. 3rd grade to 6th grade, that's what I did. Like on some 14, 15, 16, and I'm like 12. I knew who he was. Like, "Man, what's up, man? What you doing out here? What's up? What's going on?" And he like, "Man, shit, I'm out here working. You buy it like this, and you kill it like that, and you sell them for this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, like the candy. I could make money much faster selling this than I can selling candy." That's what got me out the candy business, in the dope. Any older people in my
Right. We're not advocating the dope business, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll put that in there because
flip that thing, man. You gotta flip it. You gotta flip that thing. The gist of it is you gotta flip it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever product change, you know what I'm saying? The structure's the same.
The structure is that he learned, he had a goal in mind, and he took what he knew already and enhanced it. You know, but he set out, instead of just taking that money and spending it, what most of us would do, he had that entrepreneurial mind state to take that and multiply, make $1 out of 15 cents. You know?
Buy low, sell high.
Yeah, so he took that mind frame and then built it from that. Now where he at, well, a multi-millionaire. But my whole thing is that's his iOS system. You got to keep that program. That's everything else revolve around that. You know, that I'm gonna take nothing, and make it something. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make it multiply. As long as you keep that mind frame from whatever it is, all right, this is what I got. I got energy. I ain't got a lot of money, but I got a lot of energy. I'm gonna take this energy and I'm gonna take this sweat equity. I'm gonna turn it to this. You can everything else apply. Anything you can fit it to that format.
Yep.
And that's why I put that in there. You know, it translates to everything. You know,
and it's all about being mindful and being able to see when you are presenting an opportunity.
Right.
So even at a young age, he saw, hey, I can invest some of this money,
right.
and multiply it. And the same thing out here. Like if you're not being open-minded enough to be aware of opportunities when you come across them, you're gonna miss the boat too.
Right.
To tie this thing into, you know what I'm saying, the previous videos that we talked about, life had happened to T.I., you know what I'm saying, and you can completely see the way that he approached it, right? You know what I'm saying? His dad gave him money. He believed in his mom, gave it to his mom, and his mom took his money, right?
Right.
Instead of him complaining, being pissed off, you know what I'm saying? You know, man, damn, you know what I'm saying? My mama ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? He ain't do that. Hey, look, I need to figure out how to make some money, how to go about getting that back. You know what I'm saying? It was the positive mindset about how you respond to when life's things happen. And he responded by coming up with this hustling candy, and being able to put that money back into his pocket. And guarantee he had more money than a lot of his inner circle that he was around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Third grade
this,
making $400 a month.
Oh yeah. So you know what I'm saying? It's a perfect scenario and a perfect video that came at the right time, because we're just talking about the way you respond to life. And look at the way T.I. responded to life.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing.
Right. And that's why I'm glad you picked up. You finally picking up on how I'll be putting things together. I'll be putting it down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You finally picking up on it. Nah, but that's what I meant is like, you know, it's like his iOS system, as long as your program is there, you know, no matter what life throws at you, you're gonna be able to benefit because you got that already in your mind frame, your mindset. You know, a lot of us program is broken, is negative. It's your iOS system is broken. You know, your whole thing is I'm gonna try it. If I don't instantly become successful, I'm jumping to the next thing. You're broken. You know, so you gotta apply certain principles and everything, and realize everything's gonna be hard. Is that let's go ahead, find my purpose and just go ahead, thug it out, grind it out until you make it. So you make yourself the results that you want. You make the body that you want. You make the results that you want to see. That's just what this is.
And when you out there with that mentality and mind frame, you might want to be kind of leery of whatever opportunities you run across when you're in that standpoint. Because if you're not with the positive mindset and you're not prepared for the right type of opportunity, like the wrong, you can accept the wrong opportunity too.
Right. Let me, since we're on the rapper theme, let me get my boy Ross in there, man.
You could lose 10 years in a row and you hit that right jug, bang! That shit changed the goddamn game. And guess what? They gonna bow down. So I don't care how rough it's been on you, all you gotta do is hit once. Pull off that one thing in the back of your mind, you pull that off, and guess what? They gonna, oh, you're a born winner. He did. It only take for you to win once. You could lose 10 years in a row.
So
shoot, look at Amazon.
Right.
They took L's for like the first 13 years.
Yeah, Amazon was trash.
Yeah, and then just took off. It was over with after that.
Right.
Just
so
one
that's
idea.
the thing,
That's it.
You know, you might have your first 4-5 years in the real estate business might be trash. But if you thug it out, boom, you just need that 1 year. Everybody, you know, look at Kevin Samuels. You know, he ain't had no ratings he ain't nobody watching for the first 5 years.
Years and nobody watching.
Boom. Year 5, he just took off. You know, so it ain't gonna happen overnight. You know, so You know, this is what it is. But you stay true to your path. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't jump everywhere. And sometimes it takes that one twist, that one little twist, and you're out of the stratosphere. You know,
That's what everybody had to do. They have to stay the course. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the shiny man, the shiny object syndrome. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? They talking about this is the next gold rush. I'm going over there. Da 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 da. And they jumping all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Without even a purpose. It's just sticking to it, sticking to the course of action. Mark Cuban talks about all the time. He had a ton of different failing business before he actually had one that hit. Elon Musk, same thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When you talk about all the greats, you know what I'm saying? They had many failed businesses, but they were able to learn lessons through these businesses and then able to kind of move that on to one where they was actually able to succeed. Not at top 1%ers.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And
there's a whole bunch of other stories that we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Where people have actually the same thing. They fail, but you know what I'm saying? They're just not in the limelight like that. So you could be one of those stories. You don't necessarily have to be on TV or whatever the case may be to win.
Yeah, and shoot, that's how you hear people saying, you know, people just now like congratulating, giving you props, and you be like, yeah, I'm a 6-year overnight success.
Right.
They don't see they forget about the work you put in. They just see when you hit.
Right. Yep. Right. It's
not what you have, but what you do with what you have that separates winners from losers. The Greek philosopher Epictetus once said that circumstances do not make the man or woman, they merely reveal him to himself. The response to the adversity of life is the real measure of who you are and what you're made of. Remember, it's not what you have.
Yeah, that was a short one. I'm gearing up the next one. Y'all go ahead and comment on that real quick.
Man, that thing was so fast, I missed it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I missed that.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Look, I missed that one, B. You know what I'm saying, man?
Basically, I'll go ahead on it. Basically, it's about what happens to you. We talk about the response, you know. And I'm basically just beating I had a couple of different clips with a couple of different angles, just beating the same nail on the head is that everything gonna have its ups and downs. It's all about how you respond. Most people draw a hissy fit and think emotion and whining and crying gonna make you get your way. That's only in this first world type thing, and it is not how this universe is set up. Crying and whining not gonna get you. It's all about performance, and sales and getting money and putting hay in the barn. That's the only thing that's gonna remedy your situation. That's why I say getting emotional, getting sad about it, getting emotional, getting depressed is not gonna help. I don't understand depressed. I don't understand sad. I don't understand emotions to where you trap yourself. You make yourself a prisoner. Regardless, it's still gonna be there. It still needs to be taken care of.
Yep. Whether you
feel bad about it,
your in the bottle, it's gonna be there as soon as it, and you're gonna have it with a hangover.
I've been on this new cat. I might play this song. I don't know. We might get a copyright strike if I play it, but I've been on this new cat, Payroll Giovanni. He out of Detroit.
Yeah, he ain't that new no more.
Yeah, but he's nice. He got this song "Letter to the Lost," man. He said he got this line that said, "Man, you gotta show them your dog. You can't crawl up in the ball. You gotta show the world you're a dog, man. So when times get tough, you gotta respond to it. You can't just crawl up in the ball because nobody cares. Nobody gonna care about you. Not gonna get sympathy points. Nothing. You gotta respond to it. This is what it is. Let's go and run this next one, man. This is by my man Prime Time. One of my favorite human beings, man.
Why it take this long for us to get a Prime video in here, man?
Let's get it fresh off the press. There are two things, a couple of things that a man really, really, really wants and desires. Number one, he wants his peace. He wants his peace that passes all understanding. When hell has broken loose, he still wants to be at peace. And that comes from a relationship with the Lord. Number two, Man wants a challenge. He needs to be involved in something or doing something or extracurricular activity, something that presents him a challenge. Lord knows I got my peace. And Lord knows this is my challenge. Lord, I thank you. Ooh, Jesus. Let's get right to it. God just gave.
So that was a quick one. I got this next one's a long one. So I had to do a quick one real quick. What y'all think of that?
I think it's 100% nail on the head. You know what I'm saying? A man wants his peace.
Right.
And a woman that can provide that peace, you know what I'm saying, becomes white. Period. Yeah, buddy. You about that drama, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get drugged along, you know what I'm saying? Eventually get cut. Just like that fish. But you know what I'm saying? But you provide that peace, you know what I'm saying? And provide somewhat of a talent to a man, you know what I'm saying? That's how you get that rain.
Well, I took it a different way. I was just relating it to business is that when you get peace of mind is when the bills paid and your kids taken care of, your mama taken care of, family taken care of. That's the peace that we want too, and we want to challenge though too, as well as far as your work, and extracurricular activity, you want that challenge though too, with this podcast game, with this, everything's, challenge, you want to challenge the mind, but you want the bills paid though too. That's the piece, so a woman is cool. That's a luxury to me, but a man, that's the reason why we go so hard, and the reason why we do the things that got to get done is so I know I could go ahead and make them when any bill come up, I go and make that bill make that payment right now. Your mind going to get crazy when you ain't got that money to make that payment. It's a different story. You know what I mean? So that's peace of mind. So.
100%. Hey, look, on a side note, B, you got an office set up over there, man?
No, I'm at the new spot. Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, I got it. Is that I'm like, I'm baseball apparel out there back in what do this? Huh?
Yeah, I'm at the new office, man. New office, new spot.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, tell me something. I'm out the loop. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? All right, B. Congratulations, brother.
Set up like the old, like the old office. I mean, a little bit bigger. I talk my office, but the overall space is smaller.
Yeah.
Good look though. Huh?
Yeah, good look. I like it.
Right. I mean, the only difference is, like I said, I got the TV right here now.
I see it.
Right. So, but let's go ahead and run this one. I got one. This will be the last one. If maybe two. I won't play this Myron clip if we got time. But I got one. I got this last one in the chain. But this is a good one. This wraps it all up. It all came to the head for this right here. This was a good wrap up, man. I like it.
You said it's a long one, so brace yourself.
Yeah, this probably like 2-3 minutes.
Oh, come on, man.
I still got half a cup. I'm good.
Let me drink my water.
Locked up, you name it, penitentiary, your whole ride, the basic, story, it is what it is. The main thing that really just changed my life, because when I came back from a 1% chance to live, I was in a coma for 3 months. And I never believed none of those stories I heard about. They say, oh, the people I seen unicorns, God woke me up and an angel carried me. I was like, man, they tripping, they lying. So they just want attention. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Then when I got my run with it, oh man, my heart failed. I went to complete respiratory failure. Crazy. Didn't have a heart attack, man. I was 500 pounds, man. My stomach was right here. I was drinking that lean all the time. So that thing was just swelling me up. They said, I forgot how many liters or whatever of fluid in me, but I know when they knocked all that fluid off, I went from 510 pounds down to like 4 something, but it was all liquid. I was actually in another dimension. When I said it was so real, I was getting up, brushing my teeth, taking a dump. Everything that you were doing in real life, I was still doing it. But the only difference was Lucifer was present. He was present. He's nothing like everybody describing with the red skin and the horn. That's all a lie. That's something made up. The dude like a pretty boy. Kind of look like he mixed with a little bit of everything. But you can tell he has a mixed type look, pretty boy, 6-pack. Not a buff dude, but in shape. Look like he work out. Voice real smooth, like R&B singer type. Everything he says is kind of pimpish, smooth. I'm talking about, like, you can just tell he got that. He can convince you to do anything. Oh, come on, man. Then he told me, like, hey man, just tell me you need my help, big dog, and I got you, man. He was just, yeah. And then when he pulled up in a black Bentley, suit made out of diamonds, shoes made out of diamonds. And then, he's smooth talking, saying, man, I can help you, man. You got to ask for my help, and I got you. Then I'm like, I'm still street minded. Like, I knock your teeth down your throat. You better get on somewhere, But I'm hungry, and I'm not knowing why I'm hungry because they had me on a feeding tube. So he had some chicks jump out the van and eating hamburgers. He know my temptation. Even more than the women, there was some bad little chicks. But even more than the temptation of the women, they had hamburgers and drinks. I'm thirsty and hungry because I'm not eating or drinking. No, I didn't know. I just knew whoever it was, I didn't trust him. I was like, all right, I'll take your help. They start feeding me. Then I hop in the Bentley with it. Chicks massage my back, everything. We roll out. And when I tell y'all, he showed me more stuff. Lucifer showed me more stuff than what I learned in the Bible. He took me everywhere with him. I'm riding with him. And by the time I realized what it was, I'm living just like we're now. I feel myself walking. It was real. I could pinch myself. I could feel everything like in real life. And man, I never forget. When I finally realized, I'm like, whoa, this dude's the devil. But by the time I realized, he was offering me, he had a mansion full of number of women, every kind of woman you could think of, every kind of car, motorcycle, anything you could think of, he had it. But see, that's why I found out too, he's the bearer of the gifts. He's over the gifts. That's why he was able to, he didn't have no real power. He's had power and influence. Like I even challenged him to a fist fight. He was like, oh no, I don't do that. He said, but I got somebody else who does. And then the big dude come around, like they with it. He got people that they do it, but he's not gonna get his hands dirty. So that's when I realized, like, this dude really doesn't have no real power. All he does, he's gonna get you to do something to him to do something to you. He get back, oops, okay, I'm done. Pretty boy, you're a pretty boy. He ain't gonna do nothing. He gonna talk to you. Like he told me, like he named out 6 people that he was gonna get because he wanted me to throw a big concert. I do music. He said, I want you to do this concert. It's gonna win him a bunch of souls. By this time I'm this him. Well, I'm assuming this is him. All of a sudden, I said, no, I ain't gonna do it. He gave me the money up front. He said, well, I want my money back. Plus this and this and this and this and that. I shoot him all the money back. I think I was 500 short. I'm paying him back some million. Get what he said? Green lighted me. I'm gonna have you kill. He said, wait a minute, no, I'm not gonna have you kill. He said, that's too easy. I'm gonna kill everybody you love. He said, I'm gonna get this person, that person, this person, that person, that person, this person. When I in regular life, every person he named, they're gone right now, except for one. And that person like they on their way. They living wild, no cap. When one of the chaplains, they say, come read him his last rites, he's not gonna make it through the night. The chaplain grabbed my hand, he started praying. And then all of a sudden, my mom, I was out of it. This was my mom and my other brother, and they said, he snatched his hand back, bam, 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 fell all over the chairs and stuff. He said, I can't read his last rites. He said, that man, he got work to do. He said, God is not through writing chapters for this man. He said, I refuse to read his last rites. The people begged him because they were like, his vitals, my thing was like almost flatline. They had hit me with I call them the jumper cables. I had hit him with them 3 times to bring me back to life. And when I tell you this too, I was so out of it. As far as my spirit was so far out of my body. And I'm telling you, it was a prayer. I started praying. It was, I looked to the hills for which my help come. I said, God, please don't let me go out like this. I said, give me a second chance. I'm gonna get my life together. I said, God, please. I said, I completely surrender to you. I said, God, help me, Lord. And all of a sudden, it was like a donkey kicked me in my chest, man. And I feel my spirit go back in my body. Start breathing. I heard the nurses hollering, doctors hollering. Oh my God, it's a miracle. He's back. Everybody, they can't believe it. And I wear glasses. And I ain't have no glasses on. Nothing. Because when I fell and passed out in the emergency room, my glasses broke. So I look out the window. I see a rainbow. I started shedding tears. I was like, wow. I said, God heard my cry. A worthless sinner at the time. I said, God heard my cry and spared me. I couldn't talk. Had a trach in my throat. Had to talk with that, that hello. I heard you the whole thing. Wheelchair. Came back from all that, man. Couldn't walk. Couldn't talk. Couldn't eat. Couldn't drink. God is good. I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all need living proof that it's a God, I'm the reason. I'm living proof right now that it's a God, man. Believe that. Doctor was like 6'10", man. Big, tall doctor, man. Like Gomer Pyle. I mean, no disrespect to him. Gomer Pyle looking dude. I mean, when I finally was getting conscious and they were doing a little therapy, trying to get together, he was standing in my doorway. He was like this right here, looking at me. He said, sir, can I give you a hug? I said, yeah, man, you can give me a hug. He gave me a hug. Then he said, you are a warrior. He said, I don't know what purpose God has for you in your life, but you better get into your calling. He said, your big old butt had one finger dangling out of a grave. And by the graces of God, I was able to grab you by your fingertip and pull your big old butt up out that grave and give you a chance, man. He said, you better live your destiny, man. You better fulfill your prophecy that God has you here to do. He started crying. He started shedding tears, man. And I mean, doctors don't show a lot of emotion. That doctor shed tears. And then how about even to this day, I went back looking for that same doctor. Nobody can find him. He's not even on the record. So I was like, I'm gonna find this man. I'm gonna give him a Rolex or something, man. I said, I'm gonna bless his game. Have not been able to find that doctor. Everybody remember the nurses? They were like, yeah, I remember that guy. I said, I don't know where he is. We can't find him.
After interviewing this brother and hearing his powerful testimony,
got him into a lot of stuff, like in the streets, been shot, locked up, you name it. Penitentiary, the whole ride. The basic, story. It is what it is. The main thing that really just changed my life because when I came back from a 1% chance to live, I was in a coma for 3 months.
Yeah, I think that was repeating. My bad.
Yeah, so I need to see the front of it. That's a beautiful thing, man. Right. A beautiful thing,
man. And like you said, it's the whole gist of what I got, and I'll let y'all go in on it. Is that, man? It's all about purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's all about purpose. If you don't have your divine purpose, man, nothing should be able to. Once you do find it, nothing should be able to keep you away from it. That's all, that's all, that's what you're here for. So whether happy, whether sad, you got to get it done. All these things and steps to get to what you're here to do. And then like you said, he got that second chance because he promised, all right, look, I'm gonna do what I'm here to do. And you got grace at that point. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you're not here to do what you need to do, why are you even playing the game? Give somebody a seat that really want it. So, and with that being said, let's take it another angle. I think Ray Lewis said this: if you doing what you supposed to do, it can't nothing, no weapon formed against you can do nothing.
Right.
So what are you scared of?
Yeah.
God doesn't handle business. You see what I'm saying? With no fear. And a lot of people be capped. That's why they scared. That's why they don't want to do nothing. You cap.
Yeah, I mean, life is too short to just be here working the job.
Right.
You gotta have some kind of intention behind what you're doing.
Right.
It ain't all about just making money. What how you making the world better? How you making people better? How you helping?
Correct. But it's a you know, on another note, you know what I'm saying, it's an amazing thing where, you know what I'm saying, we live wrong until something drastic like that has to happen before we kind of look at ourselves and be like, man, I need to change my lifestyle, which is very unfortunate because, you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to bet that he's had several signs before then to kind of help him understand, hey, look, man, you know what I'm saying, you live in the wrong life, you need to change. He didn't take heed to it, you know what I'm saying, just kind of brush off another case or whatever case may be. Then now, you know what I'm saying, something drastic like this has to happen. And then now you're just like, okay, well, look, I'm changing my life. You know what I'm saying? I can't continue to do the same things that I'm doing. And I think a lot of us is like that, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, just hope that you don't get to the point where it's too late to make those changes. You get a second chance. But while you have it, you know what I'm saying, take heed to those hints and change your life, man. Period. Hey, look, I'm sick of looking at Facebook, seeing RIP such and such. Now you got to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what the hell happened, you know what I'm saying, to somebody that's my age, you know what I'm saying, which is crazy.
Yep.
Right. Yep. So living your purpose, man. Get it done. Some people need that extra kick. If y'all got time, what time it is? Right at 10. We got a couple of minutes. I don't know if Chris, you got to hop on, but I thought this was right on point. This one's kind of long, but it's funny though. I hate, nothing really could top that story. I like that testimony the brother gave and stuff like that. The piggyback with Corey that said, man, don't already be on the ground before you realize what to do, man. Some people gotta learn the hard way. My grandmother used to always say that, man. Some people just gotta learn the hard way. Like, it don't take me that long to recognize, all right, what this is. Like, all right, I'll stick my hand in this and it's hot. I'm gonna assume it's fire. You ain't gotta show me too much. But some people gotta see that it's really fire. The fire is really hot, and they gotta see that flesh melt off in order for it to sink in that your hand is in fire. So it don't take me that long. I just need a little glimpse of it, and I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And I go ahead and make some changes, but a lot of people just don't. But don't be that guy, man. Like, find your purpose. It's amazing to me. I talk to sometimes 30 years old. Like, man, what's your purpose? I never thought about it. Really?
Yep. That's real. I had the same conversation with some folks.
Like, so how you just living life and see what happens? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly how they doing it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know why you're here, what you came here for. Like, what are you doing? Like, so why do they play life deliberate? Nothing's done deliberately, and nothing's done like with a pep or a snap to it. Just la la la. So yeah, if you here with a purpose, you everything should have snap, because even if I'm going like Chris said with the bull and the cow story, the cow run away from the bull run too. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Get it over with.
Get it over with. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So let's run this one right, Fed. There's a little bit of funny, a little bit of humor. These my boys, man. Yeah, everybody rag on them, but I still they still funny. They still making the millions. Boys be getting on them, but they're still millionaires.
You already know where I am. I'm Alchemist from X. So we already talked last time. Like, I explained you my situation and everything. So you told me no more shortcut and everything, and you told me to find a job and stuff. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Go ahead.
Yes, you told me no more shortcut, and you told me to find a new job and start grinding from fresh. So that's what I did. I find a new job. So now I don't know what is the next step. Like I'm still trying to find out what can I do to improve my life more. So I don't know what to do now.
Make more money and save, because remember, you put yourself in a bad spot from scamming. So now you got to rebuild from the ground up and save up that money. Your goal now, my friend, is to get somewhere between 6 to 12 months of living expenses saved up.
Yes. So the thing is, like, I'm trying to find a car right now, and obviously right now I'm not able to find a car because I'm not making enough money, and I don't have enough money to put like a down payment. So what I'm trying to do, like, I'm thinking about if I can rent a car for a month and then use that car, get more money and buy a car, like a used car.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could do that, but you got to make sure it makes sense where the renting of the car or borrowing in the car doesn't exceed what it would make you. Does that make sense?
Yes, but renting a car for a month, like on tour, it's really expensive.
Go to Hertz, go to Alamo, go to Uber if you need to do Uber with a car.
Did you say that you're staying with a family that has an extra car?
Yes, yes, but they told me like I need $2,000 to put the payment down. They're gonna give me the car back. That's what they told me to do.
Okay, so
I cannot save that right now because my expenses is very high. I have to pay my rent, and also like I have also some bills to pay to the side. So it's not gonna. I can put $2,000 as a down payment right now.
All right,
So
well,
I have to
that's
save
why
more money.
I said you have to be, so this is why, and this is kind of the chickens coming to roost, bro, because you made your money doing some illegal shit. So now, you got to kind of, you got to pay the price now, man. And it's not going to be easy. This is why so many people scam in the first place, because they don't want to do this shit. So you're going to have to keep working. You're going to have to save some more money. You need to work more hours. I mean, how many hours a week are you working now?
I used to work like 20 hours a week, but I talked to my I explained her my situation, so now she's giving me like 40 hours a week.
Yeah, bro. I don't want to hear no bitching from you until you're working 8 hours a week, bro. Why 40 hours is too little. No wonder you're poor. You've been working 20 hours a week.
Yeah,
what the fuck you think, man?
Yeah, but I work at Target. Like, they don't give you more than 40 hours a week. They don't give overtime.
Yeah, well, okay, then go get a job somewhere else. Go get a job at their op or Walmart.
Yeah, bro.
Work for both, man. But like the point is, dude, is that like, you've been working only 20 hours. Of course you're not gonna make that much money because you've been working 40 or 20 hours a week, bro. It's time to burn that midnight oil and get another job.
No, you didn't get me. I'm working 40 hours a week. 40.
Yeah. You work 40 hours a week now, but I'm saying that should have been it from the beginning, bro. And 40 hours, even then, that's not enough. You got to do more. You got to do 80.
Yeah. Young able-bodied man.
Here's a problem, bro. Look.
But when I work from 9 to 5, like, how can I do 80? Like, when I work from 9 to 5 to my first job, how can I do 80 hours a week? Like,
because that means that you're gonna work all day, almost every day. Yo, it's gonna suck. See, here's the problem. You've been scamming so fucking much where you forgot or you don't know what it takes to actually really make money. So, bro. You don't have a real. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Shut the fuck up.
No,
okay.
You're
Shut up.
What I
don't give a fuck what you gotta say.
I wasn't.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You're poor. Shut the fuck up and listen. Shut the fuck up and listen. You're poor. Okay. You work 20 hours a week. You didn't make any money. Now you got 40 hours per week. That's not enough. You deserve to stay poor. Okay. You work at fucking Target. You don't have any real skill sets. That's why you have to fucking scam. And then you got in trouble that you got into trouble with. You're lucky your dumbass is still here in the United States and not in jail. Okay? So this is what you're going to do. You're going to go pick up another job. You're going to make more money. And I don't want you to ever be home. Matter of fact, I don't even know why you're on this fucking phone call right now. You should be working a fucking job. Okay? 80 hours a week. You're in your fucking 20s. You're able-bodied. You don't have a family. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses. Get another job. You're fucking lazy from all the time you've been fucking scamming. You made $20K in a month. Now you think, oh, I know what I'm doing. You're a fucking criminal and need to fucking change your life around. You're a bum. You're a fucking bum and deserve everything that you're getting right now. Go get another job. 80 hours to 100 hours a fucking week. You fucking lazy piece of shit. All right? You made that money quick, and now you don't understand what hard work is.
You didn't, bro.
I don't care. You're poor. Shut up. You're fucking poor. You don't have a say in this. Get another fucking job. It's that simple. Get another job. Work more hours, make more money, save the $2,000, get that car, then we can have a discussion. But I don't want to hear shit. You're fucking poor. You understand? This is do or die. This isn't, oh, well, you don't understand. My problem is this, and I don't know about this, and I have this excuse here, and I have this excuse here. Get another job, nigga. It's that fucking simple. You're the first fucking African nigga to call in and make excuses. You sound like an FBA. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nigga's a pirate.
Bro, I'm a US citizen, bro. I was born here.
Yeah, I know. But I know you were born here. But according to the FBAs, you're one of them, and your dumb ass always sipping and protecting them. You're the first lazy African I've met, nigga. Another job. I don't want to hear shit. Another job.
FBA. Frequently broke niggas.
Don't fucking call back into the show until you have a second job.
Frequently. You know,
80 hours a week, nigga. 80 hours a week or bust. That's it. This is do or die. You don't have a car. You literally were a scammer before. You're lucky you didn't go to fucking jail for that shit. You're lucky that you have a job right now. Now go get another one, make more money, get that $2,000, get that car from your friend, and have a mode of transportation and make more money. Then you can leverage that car and go ahead and do Uber as well. But right now, my friend, it's do or die. You're poor. I don't give a fuck what you got to say. You're a brokey and you're a lazy North African, which is fucking something unheard of. Get your fucking life together.
Bro, I'm not lazy, bro. I'm not lazy.
You are lazy, nigga. You are. Accept the truth. You are literally a fucking scammer. All right?
I wasn't scheming. I never schemed,
Shut the fuck up. Yes, you were. I don't want to hear shit. Get your fucking life together. You fucking bum.
Yo, I got a new term.
Don't call back into the show until you get a second job.
I got a new term for FBA. Frequently broke ass niggas. That's the new term for FBA. Damn.
Go get another job, bro. I don't want to hear shit. You're in your fucking 20s. You should never be home. Ever.
I'm not lazy, bro.
Go get another job. Just keep applying and get something else. 80 hours a week, bare fucking minimum. Do not call back into the show until you have a second job. You fucking poor. You fucking bum. I'm not going to fucking respect you until you get a second job, and you deserve all the fucking misery you're getting right now because you were doing some bullshit. You were being a scammer. You deserve to suffer. Go get a second job and get some fucking character. I don't want to hear nothing. The fuck up out of here. Stop listening to this fucking show or listening to any other show for entertainment purposes so you get a second fucking job. Make more money. All right? That's it, bro. There's nothing else. Another job.
So they got the pillow so.
All right, bro. Got you.
All right, you know what to do. Get a second job, bro. I'm serious. 80 hours a week. You're never home. This is do or die, man. This is tough love. If you don't fix this shit, you're going to be poor for the rest of your life. Fix this shit. All right. Let's go to the next person.
That's love. Huh? That's love right there, you know?
Is it?
We so far. Nah, he straight up told him, man. He straight up told him what he needed to hear. He might change that man's life. Like, man, man, mine got into my ass, man. Shit, let me go ahead and get on my job. We so used to being danced around and our feelings get hurt, man. He telling, look, you know, this is what you need, man. 80 hours, you in your 20s, man. You better get to working.
That's the result of trying to get rich quick, scamming.
Right. Scamming. Everybody want to get rich quick, you know. And we don't want to watch that, plant that seed, watch it grow, build, you know. And then we want to be taught to nice. Like, come on, man. Then, like you say, as soon as he starts getting on, he goes, oh, no. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. You know, you got 1,000,001 excuses. Start selling product or something like you're trying to sell excuses. You know, so we need to hear stuff like that, man. I think a lot of people need to hear that tough and rough stuff in order to react. You know, we've been pampered too long and coddled too long. You know, So I think, you know, he right on point with it, man. You know. And then if he really didn't care, he wouldn't, you know, I was like, all right, bro, whatever, hang up on you. But you know, just the fact that he went berserk on you, that's love. You know, shit. He should donate to them, man. Shit, that might have snapped you out of that sleep you was in, that coma that you was in. You know? Because shit, you ain't gonna get how you ain't got no car, you ain't got nothing, man. Look, you better what you gotta do to get that bread up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The legal way, because you almost, you know, like you said, almost went to jail, mess around with that scam and shit. You know, you better do what you got to do it the legal way, which was you got to trade time for money till you get a different position. You know, and you should have nothing but time if you broke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the greatness of a coach in any kind of sports is understanding who you talking to and what motivates that person. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, if that necessarily motivated that person or, you know what I'm saying, that if that made them shut down.
Right.
But I guess we'll see. Only time will tell. Time will tell.
I mean, if he shut down, he shut down. But I think that's the problem. That's why I kind of tagged that to this show, because a lot of this new generation can't take that. You know, they do shut down, and that's why they're in the position that they're in position. You know, somebody used to. A lot of people, you know, even prior to our generation, even before our generation, was in the workforce. You know, people, you had coaches, you had bosses that'll get on you. You know, and that's gone nowadays. Nowadays, you got to be politically correct, and you know, nobody holding you accountable, and you know, people just running them up, and then wonder why you're not successful. You know, because nobody's challenged you.
And even before that, it was your dad or your uncle or somebody.
Yeah, somebody get on you, yeah, man. You know, nah, blah blah blah, and that authority, that roughness will wake you up. You know, Sobe, I'll give you a quick story. This was a while back. This had to be 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. This before I really hit with the video store and all that. This was long story short, and to skip the details, they had this Nigerian dude, I forgot his name. I'm trying to buy a Benz, you know, and then like I said, I switched to this had to be 2000. This had to be right at like 2003 or something like this, I'm thinking. But I'm trying to buy this Benz. And I ain't got, like, my license was had an attachment on it, so it was suspended. I ain't had my birth certificate on me. I ain't had nothing, you know. And dude was running my credit. Credit was all right, but I needed, you know, I couldn't get the car because my license was tore up. I had all these tickets and shit. So the Nigerian dude, man, when are you gonna get your life together? Start hollering at me and stuff. You know, I'm like, man, you know, nobody ain't talked to me like this in a minute. Like, when are you gonna get your life? You don't have, you know. So this was big, you know, this was back in the days you could get away with this stuff, like, you know. So I'm just like, yeah, I got, you know. So I finally took care of it. You know, I came back, not to that one, but I came back and shit. I got instead of getting that E-class. I'm glad I didn't get that E-class, but I was starting to get the E-class. Came back and got that F on the boys. You know, so just from him kind of getting on me. Not only I got all, you know, my stuff been straight since then, but he was real. Like, you know, was at that time mid-20s. Like, man, you know, I can't just be riding dirty like that. And you know, he got on me. You know, so that from that I remember that's 20-something years ago. I still remember that to this day. So sometimes male needs that, man. Men, especially men. You know, not dudes these days, but
we talking ain't gonna get it.
Yeah. So, could you please? Would you pardon? Would you mind? People don't respond to that, and they wonder why. You know, you're out of control. You know, nobody's ever put the tough love on you. You know, And so either would you rather that? That's why I'm glad I'm paying them that. Would you rather that, or would you rather the story before where you're on your deathbed and you dead basically, and then you gotta pray for a second chance, and would you rather Myron yelling at you or you about to die? You see what I'm saying?
Well, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? It's different approaches. I'll put it that way. It's different approaches, you know what I'm saying, to getting your point across. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, telling you a bum motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Bum motherfucker nigga. You know what I'm saying? I just, it's different approaches, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know how it's gonna approach it. I'm saying I don't know how she took it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could have been the most sensitive thing ever. Or, you know what I'm saying, that could have got her off her shit. You know what I'm saying? I need to go apply for a job. I don't know.
Right. Well, it was a he. He just had a light voice. But
that was a he?
Yeah, that's a he.
Yeah, that's a dude.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, tell me some. Yeah.
Man, let me go get y'all this laugh before we get out of here.
Right.
So, because I made I posted this a couple of days ago, and with the whole age of technology and AI on the scene, it's all about adapting and adopting and getting used to the new technology. So I was playing around with it, and I gave it a couple of my headshots and told it to reproduce them in different situations. And so it started like giving me images, doing different things. So for some reason, it wanted to give me hair.
And put you in dreads, did it? And put you in no goddamn dreadlocks. God damn.
It didn't do the dreads. Hold on.
I got to see this. Oh shit! Oh goddamn!
That is dreads.
Goddamn! Come on, not the saxophone.
Hey, and if you look, they reproduce your face on all the people. So I'm every band member.
Right.
Come on, man. Hey, look, truth be told, that last picture, you know what I'm saying, I can see your hairline. If you grew your hair out, I can see your hairline being like that. Exactly like that.
The last one was
I don't know why
that.
they want to give me hair, but like that's an example of, hey, as realtors, business owners, entrepreneurs, and you want to, do current headshots, so you want to change it up a little bit. At this point, do you need a photographer?
No,
because it gave me some jacked up ones, but it gave me some good ones too. So it's like AI is really doing some things out here. So
it's a beast.
Like I said on this video, I was like, you might as well get with it, or you just gonna get left behind like everybody else.
Right.
With that being said, you know what I'm saying, y'all need to be investing in some of this AI companies that's coming up.
Facts.
This AI company, get you some in there, because you know what I'm saying, it's only gonna get bigger. I promise you that.
And it's only getting smarter, and it's happening real fast.
Right, right.
With
that being said, we're gonna see y'all next week, man. I'm at the new office. That's why I ain't come on last. I was moving into the new spot, so I'm in there like Swinburne now. So we back on.
In there set up. I see you, B. I see you set up over there.
I just set up this morning.
Mad at it.
Yeah, so getting it together, man. So all right, so we're gonna see you next week, man. Peace.
Peace.
So we were right.